Hey fellow Vault Dwellers, it's Angry Turtle back with another weapon review, this time the brand new weapon that do drop as a guaranteed drop at the end of the latest quest line from Vault 63. So when you finish the quest line, you will get this amazing weapon. And I'm truly saying it is amazing weapon, not only because of the look, not only because it's a completely new weapon, but as well, it is a contestant to be the best classic melee weapon, the most powerful, the highest damage potential. There is one minus about this weapon, one downside. Not a very big one to be honest, but there is. You cannot change the legendary effects on it. There is no mods that you could install on it. There is really nothing you can do with it after you get it. The damage you can see in here, this is with a melee build and food bonus running. So that's the damage. It can go even higher with adrenaline stack up, with added magazine, bobblehead, and I think I'm missing a little bit of possible strength. My strength could go a little bit higher. So the damage can go higher, you will see it higher. I will use a magazine to showcase the best case scenario for this weapon. The more bonuses you have, the more visible the difference is. Now, about those legendary effects, it's Executioner, which is honestly for the melee weapons the best prefix for damage increase. Anti-armor will do about nothing in case of this weapon, as damage is already so high that Incisor is enough. Then Vampire would be handy for survivability, but it will not add to your damage. Something like Bloodied, Instigating, or any prefix like that barely adds any damage. That adds a little bit, but not by much. The Executioners is the only one that's still multiplicative, so on the bosses, when they drop under this 40% threshold, you really see the difference when it's Executioner. Unfortunately, on regular enemies, it will not work. The good news is, with this damage, you don't need any help. It's already enough to one-shot kill. I mean, one smash kill or one cut kill. It's not really cutting, it's very blunt edge weapon. This edge is very blunt, but it will be enough. Then power attack damage, it's the best second star. I mean, it's on the same place, it's faster swing speed. Faster swing speed, you hit more often. More power attack damage, you hit harder. And power attack damage is multiplicative, so this is good. This is good increase to your damage. And lastly, less damage taken while power attacking, the best one combined with power attack. So this roll on this weapon is basically perfect. You could argue that other prefix like Vampire may be more universally useful, more swing speed, maybe feeling better on slow weapon, but overall, it is a perfect roll. Now, the biggest competition, the biggest competitor for this weapon is, of course, War Glaive. I have this War Glaive here, it's not the same. That's Instigating Weapon Speed +1 Endurance. It's already modded with a Plasma Blade for the highest possible damage. But now, look at the damage. 308 plus 390, total of 700. So total damage of this weapon is 700 to start with. Total damage of Zweihaender is 850, almost. So that's a difference. Significantly higher damage. And the higher damage is, the better it is on boss fights and so on. They both two-handed melee weapons. So far, the War Glaive was #1 for classic. Now, let's hit some enemies and let's discuss a little bit more implications with those weapons and with damage. I will pop a magazine to increase this damage even more, to showcase this best case scenario, as we are talking about competitor to the most powerful weapon. So cooked food effects, that's the one that boosts the damage thanks to boosting the food. So that's the magazine that will boost this weapon greatly. Backwoodsman 6. After popping that, the damage goes up, as you can see in here, 740 plus 260. That's over 1k damage per hit without power attack, without adrenaline stack, without anything else. In the same time, the War Glaive will be able to achieve 3, 4, 7, 830? 830, so it's behind by about 150, almost 200 damage. Almost 200 damage behind, which is almost 20% less. That's a significant difference. So now, let's take it for a spin. Starting with level 100 super mutants, those are relatively tanky enemies, and then Scorch Beasts and tougher targets. As well, those are the perks I have equipped in here. Those are legendary perks, and will temporarily unequip, taking one for the team, just for consistency, so I can compare it with War Glaive and it's not confusing. Now, let's swing on those level 100 super mutants. Regular swing to the torso is indeed enough to put it down. In case of the War Glaive, oh, that's a legendary, so that's not a fair comparison. Legendaries have more health. In case of the War Glaive, with this amount of damage, regular swing to the torso is still enough, but look at the damage numbers. Look at the damage numbers with the War Glaive to the torso. 1233, I think at this moment adrenaline is indeed stuck. Yes, it's a full stack. So 1255 with fully stacked adrenaline to the torso. 1255, so on the doggo as well, so about penetrating all the armor. Zweihaender, that's not instigating. You can see the damage numbers, not instigating. Regular Zweihaender, I mean regular, but almost the same. Almost the same impact damage with regular swing without it being instigating. You can see, unfortunately, instigating doesn't double your damage. It gives you 100% base bonus, which is enough to close the gap between this weapon and my War Glaive, but still, that makes this weapon better. Now, in case of the power attack, look at the power attack. Almost 2,500, almost 2,500 damage with a power attack, thanks to power attack bonus. And here, the War Glaive is supposed to fall off, as there is no power attack bonus, so power attack, 1,800. Much weaker, so that's a trade-off. The swing speed I can hit more often, but it is a weaker hit. If I would be able to hopefully get a headshot, there we go. 5k damage. As headshot, that's a multiplicative bonus, doubling up our damage. So 5k. This is just so insane. It could be pushed a little bit higher with a bobblehead and Deathglow Wellington. And if I would have +1 strength on my unyielding set. I do not. That's just unyielding armor without this extra bonus. So now we are equipping back our legendary perk card, taking one for the team. That's additional multiplicative bonus. So it will apply multiplicatively on enemies that are shooting me. And this super mutant is shooting me. I don't know how much was the damage number. Okay, we need more, but the damage goes real high. And then we try some bigger super mutant, the Behemoth, and some Scourge Beasts for extra effect. Shoot me. Beautifully. Look at that, 7,000 to the head when taking one for the team was triggered. The power attacks killed them all. Now, important to mention, it is very citable weapon to use with a power armor. Oh, I will switch in a second for a power armor. Let me try to see if sneaking is even an option. I didn't even test yet if it's silent. It shouldn't be, but who knows. So I will equip quickly Escape Artist to be able to test that. So I can disappear in front of those super mutants. In caution now. Can I? Without being detected? Oh, no. Danger. Okay. It is loud weapon. It is indeed loud weapon. So not really citable for sneaking. As soon as I swing, I'm in danger. So you can have one attack from a sneak, but it's not designed to be silent. Like, it's way too big. Now the power armor. What I wanted to say about power armor scenario The power armor, not everyone knows that, but the power armor adds bonus damage to your power attacks, regardless of the weapon you are using. So we are losing some strength that I normally have thanks to an unyielding set, but I am getting a bonus power attack damage. So now the torso hit is almost 5k. If I can hit, yeah, almost 10k, over 9k with a headshot when in power armor. Imagine this amount of damage. This amount of damage is insane, and it will be enough to hit hard really big enemies. So now we'll be heading for bigger enemies. Those guys have enough. They cannot withstand this type of a weapon. One thing that is still broken, if you are sprinting and attack, it doesn't count as a power attack unless you press a power attack button. It's still bugged. It should be automatic power attack when you sprint and attack. It is currently not, so remember to press power attack button of this weapon. Now, Super Mutant Behemoth from Salmon's Pond. And just a quick info, you can probably figure it out, but this weapon is strong enough without food and all the bonuses. If you run power armor with this weapon, with decent amount of strength, it's alone is enough to one-hit most enemies, so it is a very powerful weapon. Now, I want this Behemoth, of course, to hit me first. So taking one for the team is triggered. And then I don't know if I can hit the head, but I will try. Look at that, I didn't hit the head. Almost one-hitted. Level 100 glowing Behemoth. Almost one-hitted the guy. Let's try now Scourge Beast. There's level 75 Scourge Beast. Hopefully with a little bit of luck, I will be able to stack my adrenaline on a regular Scourge. And then get the Scourge Beast. So I'm getting crazy high damage with a regular attack even. So I don't need to power attack on those Scourge. The swing speed is not the worst. So it's doing quite well. In order to force the Scourge Beast to land in here, we'll cripple her wing. That's always helpful. It will force her to land. I have Enforcer equipped, so this shotgun should at this moment cripple her wing. Zweihaender actually shows us a sword on the wheel. So it's kind of a heavy two-handed sword, I'm guessing. Very heavy two-handed sword. Where is the Scourge Beast? Flying around. Land, please. I think she's crippled. Yes, she is. So she's just circling for the landing spot. And now, let's see. Hit me first, Scourge Beast. I think that should count as a hit. And we try our best to get the head. Shot. Oh, almost one-hitted, you notice that? Almost. So this weapon is so close to one-hitting Scourge Beast and Behemoths. That was single power attack. Almost enough. So the toughest creatures is almost enough. You can almost one-hit them. So close. So close to one-hitting. Wow. This is a finally really solid classic melee weapon. Let me know if you are interested in me going like solo with this weapon versus some kind of a bosses. The thing with solo, taking one for the team will not work. So that's definitely taking a little bit wind out from this weapon wings. I think we can say that this, I have no idea if that's a saying. So this is a Zweihaender. Looks brilliant with this power armor, by the way. Very matching weapon. And in power armor, it is a single-handed weapon. Without power armor, it's two-handed. But perk still applies Slugger. You just hold it in one hand in power armor. Amazing. This is really amazing weapon. I'm really happy with the results and the damage it is doing. So let me know what you think about Zweihaender. You had an opportunity to use it? Are you fancy some melee action in your Fallout life, conquering Appalachia and Shenandoah Valley? Let me know. And that being said, thank you a lot for watching, and see you all in the next one.